pretzels are making me thirsty.
Here we are with another round. More pretzels.
Okay. Dedication to our craft. So this is the final beer in my streak of selections. Now I know...
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
I'm glad you saved this one for last.
So there is a story to why I picked this particular beer.
Sweet.
Oak Aged Vanilla Worldwide Stout by Dogfish Head. And it's funny, I'm very surprised that Dogfish Head we have not had so far, because Dogfish Head is like a very quintessential craft brewery.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny as well, we were talking, the last one we tried was Flying Dog. Then we tried Flying Fish earlier, and now this is, oh no, this is Flying Fish. What?
Dogfish Head is another one.
Yeah, oh my god. It's like, come on guys.
I know, it's like a Wu-Tang Clan.
You should do like Stationary Cat. I think we should open a brewery called Stationary Cat. Okay, so the reason I picked this one, this is a really interesting reason, is I said to myself, I'm going to pick up 6 craft beers so we can try the different things. And I bought a few when I was around, and then the difficulty is when you go to liquor stores that you can only buy craft beers in like packs of 6 and stuff. And so I bought a couple of packs of 6 because I'm like, I'm not going to buy 12 beers so we can have one each. Then when I was at the checkout, they had 3 beers in individual bottles at the checkout.
Really?
And one of them was like a strawberry sour beer. The other one was something else. And I was like, I know Brandon's going to like this one. So,
you know me well.
Yeah, you know how when you're at the checkout of the supermarket and you see the gum and you're like, all right, man, this is basically the reason I picked this. Does that make you feel special?
It does.
Right. Okay, but I normally force feed you like all of my shitty European lagers and stuff.
Oh,
so this I know you're gonna like.
Yes.
Because you like your stouts.
I do. I like flavored stouts. Sweet.
It's interesting. Oak Aged Vanilla Worldwide Stout. Now, it doesn't, as far as I know, stout aged in oak on vanilla beans. Okay, so I'm wrong. It's interesting. So, when you age something in oak barrels, it imparts different types of flavour. And as far as I'm aware, American oak often imparts like a vanilla flavour to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like whiskey that's brewed, even Scottish whiskey,
Yeah.
is most often aged in American oak barrels, and it has like a vanilla flavour to it.
Okay.
So there was me thinking like, this is oak aged, and that's where the vanilla comes from. But actually, they just throw a bunch of vanilla beans in there. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So how about this? Good head.
Good head. Oh, it smells like vanilla.
Rich, dark
This
colour.
smells amazing. I'm gonna be disappointed if it tastes like shit.
Wow.
Did not disappoint.
That is vanilla to the face.
By far the best beer you picked for this series of. I would not have picked a better beer myself.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel like so we filmed 6 episodes at one time, and our first, the first one we filmed was a great beer, the Coney Island one.
Yeah.
That we're finishing strong too.
I don't think there was any. I didn't like the Sam 76.
That was disappointing.
Yeah. But this is, I mean, this is not the style of beer I would normally drink because I'm not big on dark beers, but.
I am.
No. I mean, this is full on that you drink it. This is like.
That's good.
Yeah. It goes down easy.
Yeah, it does go down easy. I'm trying to enjoy this one though. Sometimes I chug them and I'm like, this is shite. I better chug this and just get this one over with. But this one I want to enjoy.
Yeah, well.
We should discuss, maybe off camera, what beer we're going to get for our St. Patrick's Day episode, where we drink a keg.
Do you know what would be great is if there was like a beer company around that would say, hey, we'll give you a half keg of our beer. Now, that's interesting. Okay. Imagine you had a half keg of beer. You were going to drink in a day.
Yeah.
This is where the whole issue of drinkability comes in. Could you drink a half keg of that?
This? Easily.
Okay.
Do you know how much a keg is? Do you know how many pints that is?
No.
Okay. Because we talked about doing a whole keg. A keg is like 160 pints.
Yeah.
So just the two of us doing that in a day is... we would die.
Yes.
Or at least be urinating just straight beer.
I thought... Yeah, maybe... Okay.
So I think we need to do like a quarter keg. There's one that's like 40 pints, which is 20 pints each, which I did the math on, is if we do 5...
That's 1 pint an hour.
If we
plus
did
4 hours
5...
sleep.
If we did 5 pints every 4 hours,
Yeah, that's...
we would just be able to drive legally.
None of us are going to drive legally
Right,
doing
yeah,
that.
don't
Yes.
worry, we're not driving.
We would not do that
Yeah.
at all. We do not condone that at all. Do not drink and drive.
Well, it's funny because we actually, early on, we had an episode where my character drank a lot in like one time, and we were like, okay, we have to like take his keys away because like we don't want to, we don't want to like condone kind of drinking and driving. We don't want to condone, like we want to make it absolutely clear we don't condone it. And it's funny, like Cheers got a lot of praise from MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, because they would always like, well, if you watch Cheers now, it's on Netflix. If you watch Cheers, anytime a character gets drunk, they're always like, we're gonna take his keys away, or it's like, hey, can somebody drive Norm home? And like it's interesting because like it's a show that entirely takes place in a bar, and they're always responsible. And I feel like that we kind of had that same tone with adult beverages. And I'm always very cautious about posting stuff on our Facebook page, on the adult beverages Facebook page, about like, okay, well, it's a lot of times I'll post like recipes for mixed drinks or beers and stuff, and but I never post anything about excessive, being an alcoholic, or like insinuating that you're an alcoholic. And as much as we,
I think it's a show that has a lot of us drinking adult beverages.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't an episode in which any of us are drunk, because the whole point is we enjoy adult beverages, but we do so responsibly.
Right.
Yeah.
And every time we've, like, I'm writing the St. Patrick's Day episode now, and I kind of the joke we made about like if you drink 5 every 4 hours for 16 hours, we can get
But I
just
mean,
the legal limit. Like I wrote in that.
That's actually a mathematical thing that you
Right.
worked out. It's,
Right.
It's one of those things.
Right. Well, I wrote it in that like, Tina's like, well, you're not going to drive, right? Like insinuating that like it's not okay to drink and drive, because it's not. It really, it really isn't. I mean, and even like, it's funny because I was like, I work a lot of overnights, and last night I was really tired, and I was thinking like, is this responsible? Like, should I just call? I mean, like I was tired to the point where I was thinking like, should I just call like a Lyft to like drive me home and then take me back to work like later on to get my car, because like, I don't want to endanger other people. Like, and I think that's the thing about drinking and driving is like, we're having like a very serious conversation now.
I think it's a good conversation.
No, I think it is a good conversation. No, I agree. I think a lot of times with drinking and driving, like people are like, oh, well, you could like hurt yourself. But I think more importantly, like you can hurt other people. Like I think when you're getting drunk, I think when you're getting drunk and driving. Oh, we're waiting for the dog to stop. When you're getting drunk and then driving, like if you kill yourself and you're drunk, it's like, all right, whatever. Like they were drunk, they were an asshole, they deserve to die. Kind of. It's not strong, but if you kill somebody else and you're drunk, it's like, well, you were the asshole. And like I feel like a lot of times in like when I would watch like the Dare videos, and they'd be like, they lived and they killed somebody else's kid, and it was like, you know what? You have to live with that for the rest of your life. Like you have that strong regret and that strong survivor's guilt, and
I find it really, one of the major differences amongst British culture and American culture is in Britain, drink driving is not tolerated at all.
Yeah.
It's not considered cool at all. Whereas in America, you'll quite often meet people, even our age, who'll be like, "Oh man, I was so drunk, I barely could drive home the other day." And I guess it's just because America is a culture that's like based around automobiles. It's like you don't have the public transport system, so
Right.
you have to drive to bars and things. And so even today, driving when you're like a little drunk is like tolerated, whereas in England it's not at all.
No, I agree with you, but it shouldn't be tolerated.
No.
I mean, there's plenty of times.
Sorry, I'm trying to do that.
So, we're filming.
Tina, come on.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of times that like I've gone home and I'm like, fuck, like I should not have driven. That was like when I was much younger. Now that I'm like, I was thinking adult, but like now that I'm like older, it's kind of like, well, now that I have a kid, it's you think about it a lot more.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think that's it. It's like,
Yeah.
my father always used to say to me that he enjoyed drink too much to ever become an alcoholic or
Yeah.
do anything like that, because you know, if you become an alcoholic or if you end up in
That's
a situation where you
true.
put yourself,
Yeah.
or you put other people at risk because of your use of alcohol, you should like stop your use of alcohol
Yeah.
completely. And he was like, I enjoy alcohol, so I just have
Right.
to do it responsibly, where you drink but you take responsibility for yourself and for other
That's
people.
true. I agree with that. A PSA brought to you by Bran and Roland of adult beverages.
Right. Anyway,
We
Cheerio.
will, yeah. So the next series of episodes. So this is the last one that Roland picked out 6 beers. I guess I'll pick out 6 beers for the next couple of episodes that we have for Fe-BREW-ary. And all right, we'll see you guys. Hopefully you're enjoying our show. Please feel free to leave us feedback. And also, if you're at any of the breweries that we have sampled, feel free to throw us some money or, you know, I don't know, T-shirt or something. Beer. Yeah. We'll totally take beer.
I don't think there has not been a beer that I didn't like the Sam Adams 76 we tried a couple of days ago, but
I did
I
like
love
Sam
Sam
Adams.
Adams. I did say I love
Right.
Sam Adams. Jim Cock.
And it's
Wait,
interesting because anytime we say Jim Clark,
Cock.
Yeah.
Jim Cock. I think it's, actually, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Like Jim Cock.
yeah.
Um,
Anytime we've had a beer that like either one of us was like, I don't really like it. It's usually like from a brewery that we like, but we just don't happen to like that beer.
yeah.
So. It's
And
interesting.
normally, like, if you haven't liked that particular one, I have, because I remember that
Yeah.
very early on we did one.
It was like the second beer we tried.
Yeah,
like
there was
the
a
first
Pilsner that
episode.
I liked and you didn't, but
The Roly Poly Pills.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. By Dog.
No.
River Horse, that was
River
it.
Horse, yes.
Oh my god, all these it's like
How are we keeping
animal and
track
noun.
Animal, adjective.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so cheerio. We will see you soon.
Cheers.